So we open with Dr. Princess saying, What happened? You were being a butt to Crystal. So she's like, I'm gonna walk off before I pop that butt. Pop, pop, pop my butt. Pop my butt. Pop, pop, pop my butt. Charisma. Shout out to Hazel-E.
Do you know what pop my butt used to mean? With a whip! Take my mic off!
So Malaysia come out to the car and Crystal's like, I'm tired of your disrespectful friend. Crystal hit us with a good old-fashioned Kaya, I'll call you tomorrow, girl. Meanwhile, at Tamika's, she has her friend Kimini, a real estate agent, come over, since she don't get along with nobody on the cast. All this was during Thanksgiving, so Tamika gonna do a live podcast during her Friendsgiving. I don't know if we want to hear Tamika. Tamika, however, said she heard that there were some comments at the last event, and she sent a text message to everybody to let them know I don't appreciate it. God, I wish Beyonce hadn't said outside. Everybody, we outside, outside. God, why? It's just so overused. We can't say going out. We got to say, I'm outside. But the next day, Crystal goes shopping with Malele. So Crystal asked Malaysia, hey, why didn't you check your friend when she was rude to me? However, Malele says, I think you came in hot. Nah, that heifer started in my eyes. And Crystal said, well, next time don't bring that heifer around me. Oh, Malele said, well, you don't have to invite me anywhere else. Malaysia, how you gonna tell Crystal you can't tell me who and who not to bring around her if she doing the inviting? Oh, Gaucher having some therapy with her kids. Best fiends. So Malaysia gonna fight for her child support. I'd have killed him. That way I could just get my life insurance in one lump sum. After that, we head over to Tamika's townhouse for her podcast Friendsgiving. The townhouse is cute. I don't know why you need to share walls with people if you're not in a major city, but okay. Mealy Mouth Princess is the first to arrive. Oh, and here comes Crystal, her first time seeing the girls since their blow-ups. Honestly, it feels like everybody's just picking on Crystal and calling her loose when all y'all got a couple exes and a few baby daddies. I feel like calling somebody loose at 40, that's not an insult. Like, no, we all done lived. We all done, don't clock my pussy miles, I won't clock yours. Bitch, stop clocking my pussy miles. Stop clocking my pussy miles. Bitch, stop clocking my pussy miles. And that's what y'all doing. It's a pussy mile clockage. You are not no odometer. Malaysia walks in and gives Crystal a cold shoulder. So Tamika gathers the girls. She's like, look, I'm going to need you to know how to act in public. Y'all popping off like children. Tamika said, look, I am your auntie and I'm going to act like it. Malaysia said, well, I'm trying to get to know you as an individual. Tamika got up to get some coasters, even though the drinks are on placemats. And yeah, that's a little, I don't really want to hear you right now, but just keep talking, because she an old heifer. Let her be old. That's an auntie move right there. So now we calling out Tamika, and Gaucher says it's my turn, because when you diss me, I said that's why you're single. Old tired lesbian Reed, desperate lesbian Reed. Gaucher said, and then you're going to say, well, definitely not to a woman. Like that's a Reed. Tamika, I don't know what woman would want you. Well, you do have that very firm, hard chin. I'm sure a lady could make use of that. Ha! Tamika said, look, honey, I ain't never gonna give you no puss. Not a piece of puss. I ain't gonna tear you off no twat. I can't share no snatch. This ain't community coochie, honey. Strictly dickly. And I believe Tamika. I believe she would not find love with a woman or a man. I don't think it's about a man or a woman. I just think she ain't gonna be good with a human. I can see why Gaucher said it don't sit right with her, but that, oh, you gonna be single Reed, that was thirsty lesbian. And that don't sit right with me. That was you trying to push that hard tongue. That was very, who was that heifer from Players Club? You know, Ronnie. That was Ronnie from Players Club. That was a Ronnie Ho quote. So now Tamika's actual friends show up. But you know what hasn't shown up? Our fucks for this series. It is Friday night at 10:32, and looks like I'm not going out. Well, it's 10:32. I still might take the dog for a walk through the neighborhood. Maybe we'll get a beer. You want to get a beer? You want to get a beer, hon? He'll want to get a beer later. But then Malaysia starts telling Princess, we can be brutal. You can't be the weakest link. You got to pipe up. That's just not who she is. So now Tamika lets the girls know they filming a podcast. Gaucher looked pissed, but you just the studio audience. Also, you're already on camera, so what's the big deal? Carlos King, you really casted some sorry fuckettes. Malaysia's leaving. We're filming. You're already filming ready. You ain't got to say nothing. You're part of the audience. This is what happens when Carlos King gasses your head up. You think you interesting, but you ain't. You think we want to watch this? This is like coming in on a show when it's dying. This show is DOA. Oh, Jesus. So as Malele getting her shoes on, Crystal runs down to try to get on the good foot. For what? Y'all ain't filming next season. Ooh, y'all are some sorry heifers. And where are these bushy wigs coming from? So they talk through their little difference. They didn't really have one. It was just, a Carlos King orchestrated fight. And he's not that good at setting them up. Carlos thinks he's a Don King, but he's more like a Don Lemon. Princess leaving too. She I didn't know there was going to be a podcast. There needs to be a clause in your contracts where these heifers have to stay. I'm real sick of watching Gaucher bully Princess saying, you're not standing up for yourself. Maybe she just doesn't want to be as cantankerous and confrontational as you. Ha! Gaucher said, well, cheers to the end of another whack-ass party. And I agree. So later that night, they all get a text from Tamika complaining they were talking about her friendsgiving. Well, it was a shitty affair. People are going to talk. Oh, Jesus. Tamika got an assistant hiding in closets eavesdropping. Why? They ain't your friends. Oh, Jesus. So now we got Malele in a bushy wig. Carlos, fuck you. You really are a sorry piece of shit for this. Oh, God. So now Tamika and Go Shit gonna have a sit down with Malele as the referee. Why is Gaucher showing up in this rented Lamborghini? For what? Where are you getting these cars? We know she ain't driving that on the regular. But let's get ready for some lesbian reads and Ronnie Ho quotes. So Malaysia said, I'm going to try to get everybody together because I'm not going through Basketball Wives again. You're right, Malaysia, because Basketball Wives was interesting. And 10 years ago. But you're boring and here today. Go Shit won't take responsibility. I'm sorry, Heifer. It's Tamika, but it's you too. You be poking at her. God. Malaysia said, now look, we can't be petty. You're both bosses. And Tamika said, well, when I went to her event, the shrimp and the grits were cold. And the chicken tastes like wood. I said a hip, hop, a petty to the petty don't stop. The petty don't stop, said the petty won't stop, said Carlos, Boosie the beat. Said it's Carlos, Boosie the beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm yawning to the show. But I am staying watching it because I ain't got nowhere to go. So the whole ghetto comment wasn't even that serious. It was Princess saying, I'm taking food to go looking ghetto. How is food to go ghetto? Taking your food home is ghetto? Is eating ghetto? I don't know. So Malaysia realizes this is going left. So she tries to say, look, can we just let it die here and start anew? So Gaucher says, well, I'm tired of Tamika sending text messages after we meet up when she could have said that shit in person. So they agree to be disagreeable, and that was the shit. And I mean shit.